find that perfect place to move to when you have no idea where to start? Well, you could ask your friends, maybe consult with your probation officer, and definitely watch videos like this one. We'll take you on a tour of towns you've never heard of or barely know, sparking ideas for your next big move. And then with a little extra research, you'll hopefully find that town that feels like the perfect fit, the piece to your carrots. Today, we're diving into some of the best towns to call home in 2024. These are not just nice places, but vibrant communities full of potential and opportunity. While they may not always be the cheapest, each town in our list has unique qualities that make it a fantastic place to live. From affordability and amenities to schools and safety, I'll break down why each spot deserves your consideration. If you enjoyed this video and want more, especially with regional breakdowns, let me know in the comments below. Tell me which region you'd like us to explore next. Ready to discover some great towns to relocate to in 2024? Let's dive in and find your next dream destination. Number 10. Boseman, Montana. Imagine a charming town located in the embrace of the Rocky Mountains, where every turn offers a postcard-worthy view. A few years ago, I read a travel guide that described Boseman as just that. It's often hailed as the gateway to the great outdoors, and for good reason. Historically, Boseman played a significant role during the westward expansion. It's a proud part of their heritage, and anyone from Montana will tell you that. Strolling through Boseman's downtown district is like walking through a blend of the past and present, with historic buildings standing shoulder to shoulder with modern establishments. It's also home to Montana State University, which brings a lively mix of young and old residents. Contrary to popular belief, college towns aren't just filled with 20-somethings. In fact, many retirees return to these places where they once studied, seeking the happiness they found during their college years. Boseman isn't just for the nostalgic. It's a thriving community teeming with cultural events and festivals. The recent growth has attracted a diverse group of residents, from tech entrepreneurs to artists, all drawn to its unique combination of natural beauty and vibrant community spirit. Just like Wyoming, which we discussed a few days ago, Montana has a deep sense of community rooted in its history. Why is Boseman a fantastic place to live in 2024? Despite the pricey real estate, with the average home costing around $710,000, down 2.3% over the past year as of June 2023, it boasts very low crime rates, excellent schools, and plenty of activities. Sure, it gets cold, really cold, but the positives far outweigh the negatives. Number 9. Burlington, Vermont. If Boseman is the gateway to the Rockies, then Burlington is your portal to a picturesque New England lifestyle. Sitting on the eastern shore of Lake Champlain and flanked by the Adirondack Mountains to the west, Burlington is nothing short of enchanting. One of Burlington's gems is Church Street, 4-block pedestrian marketplace filled with coffee shops, bars, restaurants, and boutique stores. It's a slice of old-school charm that feels like a step back in time, with great architecture adding to the allure. Despite its liberal leanings, Burlington welcomes everyone. Vote however you like, and don't worry, no one's going to force you to partake in the local herbal offerings. Of course, no place is perfect. Winters in Vermont, including Burlington, can be harsh, and yes, it can be expensive to live here. But the positives are compelling. Burlington is a beautiful city with excellent healthcare and minimal traffic. While it does have some crime, with a violent crime rate of 8% lower than the national average, property crime is about 60% above the national average. However, compared to other cities with property crime rates of 400 to 500% above the national average, Burlington isn't so bad. If you're thinking about making Burlington your home, expect an average home value of around $507,874, which has seen an increase of 8.9% over the past year. Despite the costs, the charm and lifestyle of Burlington make it a worthy contender for your next home. Number 8. Traverse City, Michigan. Known as the jewel of the Midwest, Traverse City is a charming mix of natural beauty and vibrant culture. Nestled on the shores of Lake Michigan's Grand Traverse Bay, it offers some of the region's most pristine freshwater beaches. This makes it an ideal spot for relaxation and aquatic adventures, and a great place to call home. But there's more to Traverse City than just its stunning beaches. Did you know it's also known as the cherry capital of the world? Yep, its town is famous for its cherries, which they celebrate with an annual cherry festival. The festival is a big deal, with streets coming alive with parades, live music, and an array of cherry-based delicacies. It's the kind of event that brings the whole community together. But Traverse City isn't just about cherries and beaches. It's also a place where you might develop a love-hate relationship with tourists. I have a buddy from Traverse City who was in the army with me. He's more of an acquaintance than a friend, but he always complained about the tourists. Growing up there, he said he learned to hate them. Yet tourism is what keeps the town bustling and alive, especially in the summer when the place is buzzing with activity. Looking at the stats, Traverse City has a lot going for it. Crime rates are relatively low. Violent crime is just 3% higher than the national average. But overall crime is 32% lower, which is fantastic. Employment can be a bit seasonal due to the tourism industry, but that's not a huge deal. The cost of living is quite affordable, with homes averaging around $417,000. Of course, you can find properties that go for well over $1 million if you're looking for something more upscale. Schools in Traverse City are excellent, make it a great place for families. Number 7. Taos, New Mexico. Imagine this. Nestled amidst the rugged beauty of northern New Mexico, Taos is a mesmerizing blend of culture, history, and landscapes. This town has been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years, making it one of the oldest communities in the United States. It's famous for its multi-story adobe structures, which are a testament to its rich history. These buildings are unique because, especially back when they were built, two-story adobe structures were rare. Taos has a long-standing reputation as a haven for artists and notable personalities. Some famous residents and property owners include Donald Rumsfeld, who passed away here in 2021, and Julia Roberts, who owns property in the area. Dennis Hopper, former two-term governor of New Mexico Gary Johnson, actor-artist Dean Stockwell, and country singer Lynn Anderson are just a few of the notable names associated with Taos. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more artists and creatives who call Taos home. The cost of living in Taos is quite reasonable, and housing is affordable. Healthcare services get high marks, and the schools are decent. An impressive 74% of residents have a positive view of the town, which is well above the national average of 62%. For comparison, only 15% of Detroit's residents have a positive view of their city. While Taos does have a bit of crime, it's nothing too alarming. It's a good idea to have a job lined up before moving, or you could be one of the wealthy folks who buy property here for its charm and beauty. Real estate prices in Taos have been dropping, making it a great time to move. If you're interested, the typical home value in Taos is around $458,000. This picturesque town with its rich cultural heritage and vibrant community could be the perfect place for you. Number 6. Brevard, North Carolina. Have you ever dreamed of moving to a place that combines southern hospitality with the majestic beauty of the Blue Ridge Mountains? Look no further, because Brevard, North Carolina might just be your perfect match. Brevard sits right on the edge of the Pisgah National Forest, making it a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. If you love waterfalls, hiking, and charming small towns filled with friendly people, Brevard is the place for you. In fact, the surrounding county boasts over 250 waterfalls. Imagine the endless adventures you could have exploring each one. And then there are the white squirrels. Yes, you heard that right. Brevard is famous for its white squirrels. These fluffy critters aren't albino, but their snowy white fur makes them look like Santa's beard on legs. According to local legend, these squirrels are descendants of some escapees from a carnival back in the 1940s. So as you strolled through downtown Brevard, don't be surprised if you spot a few of those unique residents scampering around. With a population of about 8,000, Brevard offers a cozy small-town vibe. It is located just 25 miles west of Asheville, a city renowned for its arts and culture. This part of North Carolina is one of my favorite regions in the South. The Blue Ridge Mountains are simply stunning. Whether you're into fishing, hunting, hiking, or camping, you'll find it all here. Brevard is particularly great for retirees or those who work from home. While the local employment numbers aren't the best, the low cost of living and excellent healthcare make up for it. The town's violent crime rate is an impressive 80% lower than the national average. That's so low that if anyone gets hurt here, it's probably due to a hunting accident. Not that I'm advocating for any mishaps. Brevard has a vibrant art scene similar to Asheville's, but with a more intimate small-town charm. The Brevard Music Festival is a highlight, drawing music lovers from all over. If you're considering a move, the average home value in Brevard as of June 2023 is around $428,000. Not too shabby for such a picturesque spot. Now let's head over to number 5, Bentonville, Arkansas. When you hear Bentonville, you might immediately think of Walmart, and you'd be right. This is where the retail giant planted its roots. But don't let that fool you into thinking Bentonville is just a corporate town. There's so much more to this vibrant community. Located in the northwest corner of Arkansas, Bentonville is part of the bustling Ozarks region, alongside towns like Rogers, Springdale, and Fayetteville. This area is known for its stunning natural beauty and growing cultural scene. One of Bentonville's crown jewels is the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. This stunning museum, funded by Walmart era's Alice Walton, features works from iconic artists like Andy Warhol and Norman Rockwell. It's a must-visit and adds a touch of elegance to the town. Living in Bentonville offers numerous advantages. The cost of living is low and the crime rate is impressively low as well. The town boasts great employment opportunities, partly thanks to Walmart, but also due to a growing number of tech and startup companies. Healthcare services in Bentonville receive high marks, ensuring residents have access to excellent medical care. The schools are top-notch, making it an ideal place for families. From a statistical standpoint, Bentonville ranks as one of the best places to live in the United States. Despite being in Arkansas, a state that often gets a bad rap, Bentonville shines brightly. Sure, some parts of Arkansas may not be as appealing, but Bentonville is a hidden gem. If you're thinking about making the move to Bentonville, be prepared to shell out around $432,000 for a home. It's a fair price for a town that offers such a high quality of life. So whether you're drawn to the outdoor wonders of Brevard or the cultural richness and modern amenities of Bentonville, these towns each offer something unique and wonderful. If you're on the hunt for a new place to call home, these spots should definitely be on your radar. Number 4, Fredericksburg, Texas. How about a charming town situated west of Austin and north of San Antonio, where Southern hospitality meets German heritage? That's Fredericksburg for you. And it's anything but your typical Lone Star State town. Picture this. You're strolling down Main Street expecting a friendly howdy, but instead you hear Guten Tag. Yep, you heard that right. Fredericksburg was founded by German settlers back in the 19th century, and the town proudly embraces its Bavarian roots. Historic timber-framed houses stand proudly alongside rustic Texas buildings, creating a unique and charming blend. One of the highlights of Fredericksburg is its Oktoberfest, which rivals many celebrated in Germany. It's a bit of a plot twist in cowboy country to find a vibrant Bavarian village atmosphere, but it works. Plus, if you're a wine enthusiast, you'll be delighted to know that Fredericksburg is also Texas wine country. You can enjoy some excellent local wines while soaking in the town's rich cultural heritage. I met some folks on a cruise who lived in Fredericksburg and they couldn't stop raving about it. From a statistical standpoint, it's easy to see why they love it. Fredericksburg boasts great hospitals, good schools, and a low cost of living. Crime is almost non-existent, and employment opportunities are decent. Housing, while a bit pricier than you might expect for this part of Texas, is still quite reasonable for such a lovely town. As of now, the average home value in Fredericksburg is around $548,000, down about 4.3% over the past year. Number 3, Port Townsend, Washington. Port Townsend. If you haven't heard of this coastal gem in Washington, get ready because you're in for a treat. I visited this place a few times and I can tell you it's absolutely enchanting, though it's not for everyone. Port Townsend is a bit off the beaten path, which is part of its charm. If you're coming from Seattle, you'll either face a long drive, take a ferry, cross a few bridges, or all of the above. This seclusion helps maintain its status as one of the Northwest's best-kept secrets. Even though I'm letting the cat out of the bag, I doubt it will become overrun with new residents anytime soon due to its somewhat remote location. The crime rates in Port Townsend are impressively low, making it a safe haven. Their hospitals are top-notch, providing excellent healthcare services. However, employment opportunities aren't the greatest, which is something to consider if you're planning to work there. The commute can be a bit of a hassle too, thanks to those ferries and bridges. When it comes to cost, living in Port Townsend is a bit pricier. The cost of living is about 12% higher than the national average, and housing costs are around 42% higher. If you're looking to buy a home, expect to spend about $608,000 in average. Despite the higher prices, if you've got the means and are seeking a peaceful, picturesque retirement spot in the Pacific Northwest, Port Townsend is a fantastic option. Number 2, Hudson, New York. Hudson is like discovering a vintage record in your grandpa's attic. Timeless, full of stories, and rich with character. As its name suggests, Hudson sits right on the Hudson River and is brimming with history. These days, it's a haven for antique lovers, with countless shops that seem to weave these old stories into new adventures. Hudson is also a bit of a foodie's dream, with some really fantastic restaurants. You might be surprised to learn that despite being 120 miles upriver from the Atlantic Ocean, Hudson once had a booming whaling industry. Imagine that, whaling ships operating from a small river town so far inland. Now with a population of around 6,000 people, Hudson is a charming small town offering great healthcare, decent schools, and reasonably priced housing. The crime rates aren't terrible either. However, there is a catch. Employment numbers aren't the best, so if you work remotely or have a flexible job, Hudson could be an excellent place for you. And if you need to pop into New York City occasionally, it's about a 2-hour drive away. The housing market here is pretty decent and somewhat affordable too. The average home value in Hudson is around $393,000, which has increased by 6.7% over the last year. While prices are rising, $400,000 for a place in such a charming town isn't too bad at all. Now let's move on to number 1. Number 1. Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Tucked deep into the heart of the American Southeast, Blowing Rock feels like stepping into a Nicholas Sparks novel, minus the melodramatic, rain-soaked kisses. Instead, you'll find fascinating geology and breathtaking landscapes. Nicholas Sparks' books like The Notebook, A Walk to Remember, and Dear John were all set in this enchanting region, make it the perfect backdrop for romance and adventure alike. Blowing Rock is perched along the stunning Blue Ridge Mountains and is known for its picturesque views. I visited Blowing Rock about 3 years ago, and it left quite an impression. If you ever get a chance to visit, make sure to check out the Gravity Vortex at Mystery Hill. It's a quirky, fun experience that defies the laws of physics. Blowing Rock boasts excellent stats across the board. The crime rate is low, there are plenty of job opportunities, and the healthcare is top-notch. However, living in such a beautiful place does come with a higher price tag. The cost of living is relatively high, and housing can be a bit pricey. If you're looking to buy a home here, the average price is around $661,000. That figure has dipped slightly, down 0.2% from last year, but it's still on the expensive side. Despite the cost, Blowing Rock is an incredible place to live. Whether you're captivated by the allure of the Blue Ridge Mountains or charmed by the town's quaint atmosphere, it's easy to see why Blowing Rock tops the list. So, there you have it, 10 of the best towns to call home in 2024, each with its own unique charm and set of pros and cons. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Explore Nest channel. Leave a comment below about which region you'd like us to explore next. Alright everyone, have a fantastic day and remember to be kind to each other.